Hi everyone, welcome back to Java 1 for All. Continuing the topics about streams, there are a couple more things that I would like to talk to you before we move on. First, what happens if you try to reuse strings, and a little bit more about some other terminal operations. Let's create here a class. Let's call it string test03. Let's copy the same list of light novels and PSVM. Okay, so the first thing, and one very important, is the terminal operation for each. So let's say that we have light novels, and from there we got a list of strings, and we just want to, for example, print all the light novels in the console. We have this for each, and as you can see, it's a terminal operation because it's not returning another string, and it accepts a consumer. Basically, we can use here lambda expression or method reference to just print. It would be something like this, and if we want a method reference, it would be like this. So we just call the println, and the light novel will be passed behind the scenes. So Ctrl Shift F10, it just prints the entire stack, but there is something very important. This case, as you can see, IntelliJ is giving you a warning. And why I'm telling you this? Because recently we had someone who applied to a position as a senior developer in our company, and they did exactly what I'm showing you here. And of course, that was one of the questions that our recruiters asked, is why are you doing something like this? Because streams, basically you have the collection, and then you change this collection from like the space to time, and you are going through all the lists of each one of the elements, and then you are iterating over each one of them. So the for each that we have here, it's inside string interface, but we have exactly the same thing right here. So in this case, there is no need for you to use string and then for each, because basically you are not doing anything. If you were, for example, filtering, or if you were maybe getting the titles, okay, that would make sense. But in this case, exactly like what we have here, is not a good idea. And the for each we have here is part of the iterable, and as you can see, it's not part of the functional interface. We only have we have more than one default. I would say one, but we have another one here, split iterator. But as you can see, they are basically the same. They have the same name, both of them receiving a consumer, and in the end, they will achieve the same result. So you know, now if you want to just print the data, do not call the string before. Just call the for each directly from the collection. Okay, so that covers one. Another thing, let's duplicate this one. I want to show you something. Just press Ctrl D as delta. And another final operation is, okay, something very cool here. Let's do this. First, let's call string. This is important. And let's create a local variable here, string. Okay, so from this string, I would like to filter the prices that are lower than 4, and I would like to count how many light novels we have with price lower than 4. So I don't want to, I just want to count. I don't want to get the title. So basically, we know how to do it. String, and then I'm filtering light novel.get price lower equals 4. And then to count, just call the terminal operation count. To this local variable, count, and then you have how many we have lower than or equals 4. We have 5 light novels. Okay, so another terminal operation, now 2 more. But what I want to show you is 2 things. First, what if we want to have a distinct, and what happens if we try to reuse the string? So if I call again string, and I'm lazy, I will just copy again, and I will add count 2, replace only this occurrence, count 2. So I will execute this code and we will get a nice exception. So basically, when you create a string and you use a terminal operation, you are closing that string. So it means that it cannot be reused. How would you reuse it? You would need to get from the collection again and all the way light novels dot string, and then that would work. So once you close a string, once you use a terminal operation, you need to create another string. Okay, so this covers the part where we know that we cannot reuse closed strings, and now the part where we want to have distinct values counted. Dot distinct, and we knew that we had 5, and we will have 5 again. And why is that? Well, we didn't tell Java how to figure out that two light novels are exactly the same. So basically, you have to go back to our light novel, and then to them equals and hash code. So next, only the title. In this case, I don't want to use the price to make sure that they are the same, and finish. Now I have my equals and my hash code, and if I execute this code again, we have now 4. So don't forget, when you are working with collections or streams, to always have equals and hash code. Okay, that covers for now. In the next video, we are going to talk about map and flat map. Map, you already know how it works, but we are going to especially talk about flat map. So I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video. Bye.